Lily Allen, the face of Chanel, a multi-platinum album-selling star, and one of the world's most controversial young upstarts.
I'd like to dedicate this song to Mr. David Cameron. It's called Fuck You.
Is ditching her A-list life and everything that goes with it.
There was a point where I had an eating disorder. I used to vomit after meals. I wasn't happy. I really wasn't. I am hyperventilating.
Lily's risking it all on a new venture, a clothes shop.
I love my new dolls. I want everyone to have the experience of being able to wear those items of clothing, whether they've got the money or not.
This will be a crash course in retail.
That's amazing.
I've been earning a lot of money over the past 5 years, so I have no idea what your average girl would spend in a shop.
The minute you go, oh, actually, no, I can afford 2,000, but I'm giving it to you for £500, I go, stuff it, Lily.
Lily's going into business with a sister she hasn't always gotten on with.
I love disco balls. I really do. We had this meeting booked in. No, Sarah, I don't miss appointments. I just don't do it.
And she's using her own cash.
The profit and loss statement, it says we're minus 52,000.
Brilliant. Definitely need to go and have a meeting with the banky wanky and ask for a loony woony.
Lily's exit plan isn't just about business.
I've met the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with. I want to take the next steps.
This is what happened. The good and the bad.
It really frustrated Lily when she would read in the press that it had miscarriage, and it still, like, it really frustrates me when I read it.
You know, it's a really long battle, and I think that that kind of thing changes a person.
The story of a girl who tried to get herself what we all take for granted, a normal life.
Fucking emails aren't working. I'm about to have a really bad anger management day.
Amazing.
I don't know what they'll be able to see how much something will cost, and if they have the money to be able to afford that, then that's great. But it also, they'll have the option to still take that item of clothing out of the door, but they're just renting it.
No way, Lily, it's an office.
So they really, really, really have to want to come and find you because there is no other retailer here.
You know, we haven't got any other options, so... That's me, I'm preggers. I would never say I'm preggers. Maybe preggo.
A lot more work for me, essentially. Thanks, Lil.
$106 plus 8 is 112. No, I don't know. We're learning here. Don't really know. I don't know if there's any kind of university degree that I should have. You know, I've just read loads of retail books. 4:45. So then we've got 20 minutes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
An assistant at last. All right, great. Hooray, we can have a gay on board in the office at last. We had another really good idea for you, Nick.
I've been watching lots of Homes Under the Hammer, Escape to the Sun, Escape to the Country. I'm being sick. Sorry. It's been a bit depressing, actually, because it's not through no fault of their own, but, you know, they've just been getting on with it. Because they need to. We're opening in 5 weeks or something, and it's really been moving very quickly. And I have felt a little bit cut off, and I think that I got a bit angry and upset about it because it didn't feel like my thing anymore. Yeah.
I got a missed call from you, is that... Or maybe I called you twice by mistake, then. Yeah, I called you.
It's great down Lucy's cat. This is Lucy's toilet bowl. Whatever. Hi. We're shooting our viral film today. Which is really exciting. It's us really sort of like showing the clothes in the way they're supposed to be shown, which is like getting ready and, you know, all these girls together getting ready on a night out on the town. Rock and roll, girls up! Come on! Woo! She looks great like that. So think a bit more like Rolling Stones. It's good dancing, I love that. It's a bit more rock and roll. Woo! Lily's going to come over about 4 o'clock. We've got loads for her to do. She's desperate to see everything, but the first trimester is so horrible. I mean, you're just sick as a dog. And when you've got all of this on at the same time, you know, I mean, obviously when the idea of Lucy in Disguise started, I don't think babies were on the agenda. You look amazing, babe. Really amazing. I love it. I think we just keep the rings on and the safety pins. Yeah, I think it's great.
Lily now. We've got to get our competitive spirit geared up because we've got to play each other on the Rockstar game in a minute, or play with each other maybe. Look at our new pieces from Chicago.
It's good because it enables us to, you know, get money out of people to help us with these things, but at the same time, you know, it does kind of make you feel a little bit like a zoo animal or something that, you know, I don't always feel comfortable about walking out on stage in front of 10,000 people, but it'd be pretty silly if I walked out and went, no, actually, I can't do it.
Tell us action and that sort of shit. Lily's very cautious. It's like she's often says no to big chunks of money because she doesn't agree with the spec or what they want in return, and they'll be like, oh, we're desperately trying to raise this money so we can make X, Y, and Z possible. Yeah. Not having a drink?
No. Chin chin.
Ooh.
That's strong but nice. Don't know if I can actually drink this.
I don't like being on the sofa watching TV all day. I feel like I'm 15 years old again smoking weed in my mum's sofa, and I really shouldn't be, you know. I feel like there's so much for me to do, but obviously my body's telling me not to do stuff because it doesn't feel like it should be. And I guess I kind of have to listen to that. But I feel, A, shitty that I can't be at things, and B, it makes me feel almost more shit that everything seems to be getting on fine without me. I don't know, it's a mixture of emotions, and I don't know.
Well, I like the
I like this. There's some great positions here, you know. You could be at the study thinking.
I don't like the soft face, the soft features. What else have we got?
Hello? But I was told that the notice would be given prior to the papers being signed.
This is a fucking problem.
Well, I don't understand why I was told I would. Because, you know, we're going to have to completely change all our launch date now.
Nah.
Exactly. You know, do they want a complete PR nightmare?
We have to be open in Fashion Week.
We have to be open in Fashion Week. Can you just try and get us one more week? Is there any, you know, just... the 1st of September, gives us 2 weeks to do everything. It's just not going to happen.
We're ready, we're going ahead, but we have to be open for Fashion Week. Otherwise, there's no point.
That was always our terms.
You know, we might as well go somewhere else and open.
Yeah. There's absolutely no movement on it. Well, as you know, We are really pushed with time on this whole project, and our launch date is the 16th of September, and it has to be that date because that's when all the fashion press are in town for Fashion Week. That was always okay, and now all of a sudden, now that the heads of terms have been agreed, the goalposts have moved, and suddenly we've been told we can't get in there till the 1st, which gives us 2 weeks to do an entire shop brief.
Sarah doesn't want to piss Lily off, so the quickest and easiest way to make this happen so we can get in. At the end of the day, it's doable. We could do it in 2 weeks, but yeah, I mean, it would be an absolute nightmare, a complete fucking nightmare.
Lily Allen's vintage clothing shop, Lucy in Disguise, is due to open in 4 weeks. But because of morning sickness, she is housebound. Sarah and Jess have been called to Lily's house to discuss the plans for the layout of the shop.
I think this is more us.
The girls want the store to look like Lucy's apartment. They want it to have a youthful feel, so as not to alienate their younger customers.
That disco balls would sit really well with this because of the
really
mirror.
Well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then that's
the downstairs is fantastic. They definitely got the product.
A shop fit on this scale would usually take at least a month.
I mean, I definitely like the outside being grey. I thought that was great.
Can you close that window? Sorry.
But there's only a 2-week window to complete their installation. So once the design is approved, there will be no turning back.
I mean, it's doable because in the end of the day, we're not doing anything structural. You know, it's all cosmetic, so...
The designers know that.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it's doable.
I think the sort of romanticism is gone now. It's like, it's crunch time. And it's about...
Making it happen.
Yeah.
For me, I just think, wow, we're building something quite amazing here. I think the girls should be proud of it.
I will be when we start trading.
In the countdown to the opening, Sarah is now very much in charge of the day-to-day running of Lucy in Disguise. She is signing off on all the big decisions.
I love that one.
Today, aided by one of her new employees, Jo, she's picking out furniture.
Hardcore hoedown.
Ladies that munch.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This is hilarious old school fun.
Oh, no way, look. Less distraction.
Hello?
A few months ago, the only work calls Sarah took were from partiers who had left their coats in her club's cloakroom.
Right.
Now, as the managing director of Lucy in Disguise, her phone is ringing off the hook.
Phone is on literally from like 7:30 in the morning till about 2 at night. It's non-stop on the phone for me. Can you send me both a document called Darlings? Everyone makes fun of me because I'm amongst my family and friends known as the girl that always loses her phone. Always. I used to go through about 5 phones a year, I'd say, 5 or 6 sometimes. Thank you very much. Okay, bye. It's quite a departure from the old me. This whole project is a total departure from the old me, so... yeah. Hello, new me. I love disco balls. I really do.
The sisters are running out of time, and the launch day is looming. In 7 days, the girls will finally get the keys to their shop, but they're still to make one of the most important decisions in retail. Where will they put their blow-dry bar?
Hi, can I order some takeaway, please? Lily.
They've called on their retail mentor, Mary Portis, to help them sign off on the layout of their shop.
Hi, girls.
Hello.
There's seriously 3.5 weeks and you haven't got the keys to the door yet?
No.
If you are investing in shop fit, which is quite significant there, Sarah, then you need to make it pay. If you're putting in things because you haven't got enough stock, so you'll chuck in a blow-dry bar or whatever, then you need to really think seriously about whether it's worth the money.
Can I just flag up what I'm a bit worried about this?
The Vidal
By setting up a blow-dry bar, you're wasting valuable trading space. Are there clothes downstairs?
Yeah.
Where?
In the VIP.
In retail, the ground floor is where you want your best sellers, as those are the first items customers see. The girls are planning to put their most expensive dresses downstairs in a VIP area.
So they have to go to a private room to be able to get this stuff?
Yeah, we've always talked about this, Lil, that's...
But how are they going to know that it's there?
Because we've marketed it that way, and we'll let people know. We've just always said that that's what we are going to offer.
I just think from my knowledge of shopping, which, you know, I don't know what it is, but if you're going to come downstairs and there's going to be an empty room full of hairdressing chairs and a makeup desk and no clothes and a bar, like, what is it?
Your top end price point is where on the shop floor? In the basement?
Yeah.
In a VIP room.
In a VIP room.
Lily, we always had
Sarah,
this.
listen, I'm just flagging this issue now because
Okay,
I actually don't. You haven't had this conversation with me. I
can't
don't.
believe you're saying this. It's always been part of the plan.
It might have been part of your plan. My plan was there to be a downstairs area where the more expensive price points were, and not locked away in some room, which is why I'm saying.
That's downstairs. It's not locked away, Lily. That's exactly what you just said.
So why not use this space as retail space and make it a bit more comfier down here so that people can...
selling products.
Sarah, you know what? This is what I mean by I'm trying to talk and you keep interrupting me and make me feel like I'm not... my right... I don't have a right to speak.
Sorry, it's 3.5 weeks before we're opening, and you knew
I
about
understand that, but we might as well bring it up now rather than 3 weeks after we've opened and it isn't working.
Yeah.
Okay.
The sisters get the keys to their shop in a week, but still haven't managed to agree on how to lay out their store, and more importantly, how to work together.
Well, let's work it out. It's just tough, but it doesn't need to be as difficult. I think you just need to have an open dialogue, you two. I mean, these things, I told you, anytime working with family, it's not easy because there's just always whatever happens, all that emotion that's built on love and a friendship as well, that's there, and it's very difficult working with family. It really is. I mean, what's happening with your business relationship? How is that working, and who's doing what roles?
It's been really tough over the past few months because obviously I'm pregnant and I've had the worst morning sickness and just lack of energy levels, and I've felt really, really disassociated from everything. Sorry. Oh God, no, I don't want to be crying.
All of us are. Why are you feeling disassociated?
Well, because Sarah's done an amazing job, but I feel like I haven't really got any sort of control over it anymore, and it's not her fault, because she's had to get on with it. And I felt awful about it, but I've just been pretty helpless in the situation. I haven't really been able to move. I've just been being sick all the time.
Well, how do you feel about that, and how's that going to work? I mean,
I've absolutely loved having her back. It's been such a relief for me, and I've felt confident again and enjoying it again, and having a partner to bounce ideas off. And she's got bloody great ideas apart from anything else, and we do need her. I was in a position where I didn't know what was going to stress her out, and I didn't know how much to go to her with because it was very stressful. Everything was really hard work, and I didn't know the answers to everything, and I didn't want her to freak out with this baby in her belly, and it's been hard to find the right balance.
Have you worked out between you, before anybody else gets involved, how this is going to work?
No, and it's strained because, Sarah has been, taking the reins so much that now I feel like any ideas that I do have, I kind of feel like she's boss now, and I don't really feel like it's my thing anymore. I feel like it's her thing, and
which I never wanted it to be.
No, of course, and it's not her fault that she feels like that, and it's not. This isn't some sob story, but it exists, and it's difficult. But we both want to make it work. We think that it can work. It's not like we're fighting, but it's just tough.
what still worries me today is who's the visionary, who's the focal point, who's managing this process. There's just too many opinions and too much changing. They'll probably get there in their own way. You know, even right from the last minute, I'm leaving them with 3 weeks to go to launch a shop, and they're still arguing about what goes in the basement. They will get there. How they will get there is another matter. There will be sleepless nights, there'll be don't know how many cigarettes and how many diets of Cokes on the table, let me tell you, and bars of chocolate. They will get there in their own way. Is it how I'd have done it? No.
There are more people to do their specific roles at this point, which means that, you know, I hope that I will be able to take more of a overview in terms of, you know, creative, and that Sarah will be able to go back to, you know, being her, you know, the MD. And also I think that it'll be difficult for Sarah to kind of let go of some of those things, because that's, you know, she does love all of that stuff, but
Most of it I'll be like, no.
well, yeah.
When Lily gave up on music, a big part of her exit plan was about settling down and having a family. Now she's spending more time in the countryside, and rumours are out that she's thinking about leaving London.
Yeah, I feel like I do want to get away from London. And actually we put our flat on the market already, so yeah, it's nice to be in the countryside. But, you know, obviously I've got a lot of work to do in London, so it's not something, I'm not going to live in the country permanently. But yeah, I think the plan is for us to spend, you know, 3 or 4 days a week in London and have long weekends in the countryside.
The press has said that you're deleting all the numbers of your sort of famous London friends.
How would they know that? I love that. Yeah, that's ridiculous. No, I have not been deleting numbers from my phone book. But I probably have been hanging out. I never had any famous friends anyway, except for maybe Kate Moss once upon a time. But I've still got her number. I just don't call it very often.
Miles from London, Lily is looking after matters close to home and has brought her dog, Mabel, to see a psychologist.
Mabel has been attacked twice, quite badly. You can see those little patches. I guess they'll probably tell me that she's sort of a freak or something. She needs to be put down, probably. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm worried about her, but I don't know. And suddenly there was this child there, and they just all 3 dogs went for her straight away.
Did Mabel approach the child?
I didn't see.
No, okay. And have you mixed up with any dogs since then?
I'm too scared.
Yeah, okay. So how do you feel about mixing with some dogs today? Right, Mabel, are you ready to meet some dogs?
Mabel, come here. Doing a lot of weeing.
And does she normally do a lot of this scratching after she's had a wee, yeah?
But I think that's weird, isn't that covering it up?
No, that's actually her scent marking.
I always thought it was her being embarrassed.
No. No, quite the opposite. She's advertising exactly who she is.
Mabel, come here, you.
Mabel, come and meet Mabel.
Who's this?
Now she's a bit worried, yeah? Mm-hmm. And what she's actually doing, she's giving off some conflicting signals. She's trying a bit of appeasement gesture, a bit of play behaviour, and a little bit of a warning threat as well. So she's kind of throwing everything into the bag, hoping that one of them is the right response. So
sounds a bit like me. I wasn't really looking forward to this because obviously it's 2 hours out of the day and it's quite far away from where we are, but actually it's been really nice and relaxing. You know, I haven't been very well for the last couple of months, so I've felt quite separated from it all, but I'm starting to get my energy back and stuff now, so I feel like I'm getting back into the swing of things, and it's really crunch time now.
Finally, in Covent Garden, minutes from the piazza, Sarah gets the keys to their premises. They now have 14 days to turn this blank white canvas on 2 floors into the rock and roll fashion destination, Lucy in Disguise.
That was my moment. And this is going to be our welcome mat. Drapes there.
Designers Pippa and Alex take Sarah through the final plans.
So this is going to be your sort of luxury dressing room. 2 more here. This is where we're thinking of the Emerald Fairy chandelier.
This is the blow bar going to be down here.
Big curtains coming across there. Big sort of, just to give a sort of...
Love it.
Over here, this is your VIP area. So this is Lucy in Disguise with diamonds.
And which bits are you most worried about?
All of it. Until it's put to bed, until it's opening in, I'm worried about everything.
Good.
It's the only way it can be done.
Keep worrying.
Exactly.
Lily Allen and her sister Sarah have been working on their business, Lucy in Disguise, for the last 8 months.
Someone eat the last biscuit.
They're in the final throes of the shop build and are planning an expensive and lavish party to launch their business to the world.
This all looks good, Sarah, this blurby stuff. So I'm just saying yes, it's fine.
So these are the invites, the premises that, you know, we're giving you the key to Lucy's wardrobe. We are inviting 600, and hopefully of those 600, 300 will come.
A week into the job, and for the design team, Pippa and Alex and their crew of 10, it's no easy challenge.
It looks a bit slanted down. Yeah, it's all right. Okay, cool. As you can see, it's a building site at the moment, and yeah, within less than a week, it's got to be a fully functioning, running shop. So we've got a mountain to climb. The shop has got to open, and there's no room for error, and an awful lot has got to happen between now and then.
The shop build is underway, and until the girls can get in with their clothes, their focus is the party.
So how's the stall coming on? Is it all shiny and finished?
No, not yet.
And in South London, Lily's signing off the finger food. On the menu, British vintage classics.
Of what I know of fish and chips, that seems lovely.
Came pie with English mustard.
I'm really fussy.
That's really good.
I'm scared.
Does it have English mustard?
What does it taste like?
Yeah, that's really nice.
It's nice.
Want me to finish it?
Yeah.
What's your favourite?
I love it.
Thank you. I've never had a Scotch egg before.
Really?
No. Quite scared.
Yeah, that's really good.
So it's like sort of like sausage meat. Is that what it is?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think we call it ham hock.
Oh, right.
But yeah, no, it is sausage meat essentially. Definitely from the pig.
No, I think it's because Dad used to always eat them when we took us on long car journeys when I was a kid. So it's just that smell like out of the plastic. Scary.
Back at the Covent Garden store, the design team have been working around the clock, 24/7.
I think it might look a bit tacky if it's shiny.
Amazing. You know what? Only thing I'm not 100% sure on
Far away.
is that
The chandelier. Yeah. It's, well, all I'd say is one thing.
You've got an hour.
It's going to go a bit lower, for starters.
Yeah.
And when the glass table's under it, it might all start to...
I just hate it.
Yeah, right, fuck it.
Finally, after 7 months of planning, next door to the Royal Opera House, Lucy in Disguise is starting to take shape.
I'm so right, and now I'm excited. I haven't been excited, but now I'm excited.
A year ago, Sarah was partying and manning the door of a London nightclub.
This is beautiful. It's lovely. You've got a nice angle on it.
Now, after all the hard work she's put in, she's stepping over the threshold of her own fashion emporium.
coffee. Boys' corner. That's it? Yeah.
You've earned it.
I'm really glad you're really pleased. It's brilliant. It's great.
Okay, let me finish.
Carry on. Let's keep on going.
No, this is beautiful.
This is lovely. So, it looks amazing.
And so is the chair going to go there or there? There, yeah, because when the clothes are in.
Yeah.
And are we still going to do the hook thing?
Yeah, the hook's in. Have you got the hook, Alex?
Yep, got it.
Amazing.
Outstanding.
Hi, honey.
So beautiful.
I just feel really overwhelmed right now. Like it's just, you know, the most I've seen it all come together, and it's just everything that's in my head. It actually looks like that, and it's just, yeah, it's really overwhelming. I wish Lily was here. She's coming, though. She's at dinner. It's so beautiful. I'm so proud of everyone.
Looks great, doesn't it?
Hello! I'm peering through there. It's so completely it's actually my partner. Amazing. Really, really, really proud. It's like a proper shop. I know.
Isn't it beautiful? Oh, it looks so lovely. I keep looking around and just being like, surprised again by how amazing it looks. And it's not even finished, so I'd want to shop here for sure.
"7 a.m., the day of the launch party.
Where's my phone? I keep losing my phone.
Upstairs phones.
Cool.
The whole of the Lucy in Disguise team are on hand to help the sisters put the finishing touches to the shop.
She looks like a drag queen, this one. I hate her makeup.
I'm not sure there's really anything you can do about that.
It's just really manly looking.
Where's that headpiece that goes with this?
Downstairs, I'll go and grab it for you.
That's gonna make it look even more like a drag queen.
Okay.
Just cover her face.
With 4 hours to the launch, Lily and Sarah are dragged away from the shop floor to pose for a press shoot.
I'm a bit scared that no one's going to turn up, but I hope they do, and I hope that it's a success and that everyone loves it. I mean, I think it looks brilliant, but you know, maybe other people think it looks horrible. I don't know. It's a taste thing, really, isn't it?
Right, should we get Sarah?
Sarah! She has worked so tirelessly, and like, I'm really getting off on seeing her so excited and happy, and that's, you know, really nice. Yeah, I'm really proud of her, and proud of everyone for what they've managed to pull together. It's just brilliant. There's something really awkward about it. What time is it?
It's 5:05.
Oh, fucking hell.
"7 p.m., party time. Downstairs, it's business.
Who's Lucy?
She is a character that exists through all the ages and just loves going out and having fun and dressing up, ultimately. Yeah, the classic women want to be her, guys want to marry her.
As well as the fashion press and celebs, Lily's dad, Keith Allen, and the girl's mum, Alison, are on hand for support.
So proud, and to see the two sisters working together, it's been, yeah, it sort of makes me feel tearful. Like, as soon as I came in the shop today, I was just like, oh, I had to go back and redo my eye makeup because it just made me burst into tears. It's so beautiful what they've created.
What did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had some fruit salad and a muffin for breakfast this morning. What did you have, Sarah?
Ham and cheese croissant.
Oh. I do what I want. depending on how I feel.
Yeah.
So at the moment, I'm concentrating on doing this.
For Sarah, ex-party girl turned managing director, it's been a very different type of party.
It's so funny because I've been coming to these kinds of things as, you know, as social events, and this, seeing it from the other end was really strange. Like literally not having time to have fun at all. Yeah, I felt like I was being tugged in loads of different directions. I know what Lily feels like now. Somebody left their dictaphone, one of the journalists. Can't wait to listen to what's on that when I get home. Can you believe that? What a knobhead.
The night has been a huge success. Lucy in Disguise has been launched on the world. But nothing could prepare Lily and her family for what was about to happen. A year ago, Lily Allen decided to take a step out of the limelight to open up a fashion business with her sister. But moments after Lucy in Disguise opened its doors, Lily was once again back in the news.
A rep for British pop star Lily Allen has confirmed that the singer has suffered a miscarriage. The 25-year-old Allen was close to 6 months pregnant with her boyfriend.
It's being reported Monday that British singer Lily Allen has been hospitalized with blood poisoning. The news comes about 1 week after the 25-year-old singer miscarried for a second time.
It really frustrated Lily when she would read in the press that it miscarriage, and it still, like, it really frustrates me when I read it because, you know, she was in labour for a long time and she bore a child, you know, and she had to see his body and she named him, and he was, you know, his footprint was like that big. It wasn't a miscarriage, you know. And I think that people don't, that word doesn't hold much resonance with people in terms of, not pity, but in terms of, you know, kind of really understanding how that person must be feeling and what they're going through.
6 months into her pregnancy, on October the 28th, Lily was rushed to hospital. After a week of fighting off a viral infection, Lily lost her baby. But after 2 months recovering at her house in the country, she's back in London and visiting her goddaughter, Bea.
So you're back at school then, Bea?
Santa's sledge.
Where did you see Santa's sledge, here or the country? I mean, I've done, you know, a solid week and a half at work now, which I haven't done for a while. So yeah, it feels like I'm back, you know, I'm committed and got lots to think about. But, you know, taking it easy at the same time. Because I actually, you know, got really ill after he died, and I was admitted into hospital, you know, and it was really quite touch and go for a few days, and it was quite amazing at how, you know, my friends reacted so much more to me being ill than actually what I felt was the devastating part of it, you know. I couldn't have cared less if I was... I mean, I literally was on my deathbed. But I didn't even feel it. I don't know, you know, it's just such a huge ordeal, everything that we went through, so it's, you know, it was a really long battle, and I think that kind of thing changes a person. You know, it's like when you send soldiers off to war, they leave and they're one person and they come back a very different person. And I feel, You know, I spent a long time in a hospital bed, and my outlook, it's changed. I can't put it into words, but, you know, everything's changed. I don't know, I think, you know, when what was happening to us, so kind of, I had this thought in my head the whole time about, you know, I'm so lucky to have Sam, and I'm so happy to have my family around me, and, you know, great friends. And there are some women that probably have had to go through similar things and, you know, been completely alone and not had a partner, and, you know, had to go back to their horrible flats on the 17th floor of somewhere ghastly part of, you know, godforsaken nowhere. And, yeah, you know, I think even though what's happened to us, me, has been really, I mean, just beyond devastating. But it's also made me realise what I have got, which I don't think I ever really did before. It's about time. I guess I probably feel more compassionate towards things than I had previously. You know, and I don't think I ever realised how good I had it, you know? I can't believe how much of my life I spent complaining about things. You know, I was the real moany old cow. Sorry, I need to cry all the time. Oh, God, I feel like Shell Cole on Piers Morgan's show now.
Lucy in Disguise has been open for 3 months. Whilst Lily was recovering, Sarah was left to do the lion's share of the work.
Everything seems so insignificant, you know, just in the scheme of things, selling dresses didn't seem that important anymore. But yet, in actual fact, it was even more important that I protect Lily's investment now and let her not have any extra stress or strain. So going to start to bring a few spring things up, right?
Yeah, well,
Now Lily's dividing her time between her life in the country and work on Lucy in London.
if I could, you know, I would be sitting in the countryside a week away from having a baby and, you know, sort of letting everyone else get on with it. But sadly, that's not where I am right now. I have a plan in general, which is to get married and have children and to keep an eye on my businesses. But today, you know, I'm here in the shop doing this. I'm so excited about this place, you know. We've got a good thing going. It's just keeping it going.
The girls set out to open a fashion emporium on the high street with a difference.
It's a little bit draggy. But, you know, we're open to everyone. Have we had any drag queens in? Well, borderline.
A place where, whatever your budget, there would be something for you, whether to buy or to rent.
£90, which is reasonable enough, you know.
Is 250.
I'll leave it for now then, I think. We have got those sort of lower end of the, you know, price range pieces. Obviously, because people come in and just buy all of that stuff at the cheaper end of the scale, it's always gone, so we're just sort of left with all this expensive stuff. And it takes a lot of, you know, time and energy to try and replace it. But, you know, I think we're getting on top of it.
But determined not to exclude those who can't afford to spend thousands on vintage, Lily has gone one step further and produced her own affordable collection to buy.
First line is going to be 18 different dresses, which are based on
original vintage, which we've tweaked and changed, and hopefully if people buy it, that we've achieved what we first set out to do.
Oh, my favourite jacket, the Christmas tree jacket. We bought that in Las Vegas.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, it's so pretty.
No.
Whether it works out in the long term or not, you know, this is a massive achievement, and she's done it because I wasn't here to do it with her. And I feel bad about that, but, you know, I had different priorities at that time. Is that an Aussie then?
Yeah,
Wow,
it's late Aussie. It's great, that, isn't it?
Well, we've both changed, you know, but then again, we're a year older than we were a year ago. So
I'm now only 25.
No, I'm only 12. There have been times when things have looked really bleak and scary, and I've put up all this money, and I've thought, what the fuck have I got myself into? You know, this is stupid. And luckily, I don't feel like that anymore. I feel excited about, you know, the future and what could happen with this.
So, Sarah, have you seen Lily behind the till yet?
You've been behind the till, haven't you? No. I don't think we ever really...
I really thought I was going to be behind the till. I'd be terrible anyway, could you imagine? Someone, how much is this?
Oh, God, no.
£1,000. Oh. How much can you pay? 50? Brilliant. Okay.